How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the Salamander Wilds. This time around I wanted to recap some of the best moments on the channel from 2023 as we wrap up the end of the year. This year was full of a lot of great moments. There were a lot of unexpected finds, and so I thought it was really worth going back to have a look at these. I was able to find species that I've never seen before, or species that I haven't seen in years. So I picked some of my personal top 5 moments throughout the year. And if you enjoy the video, please remember to leave a like, share, comment down below, and of course, please subscribe. Also, don't forget to check out the description below for the links to the Salamander Wilds Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. Ooh, this is pretty cool. Look at these videos. And so, coming in at number 5 is the last video that I did at the end of summer to wrap up the season, which was an Eastern newt summer, and I found so many Eastern newts that day. And considering that the Eastern newt is my favorite species of newt, actually favorite animal altogether, it might be a surprise that this comes in at number 5, but because so many other things happened throughout the year, there were other things that honestly had more of an impact, actually, earlier on. And so this particular outing that I had was just a really nice way to wrap up the season. Coming in at number 4 would be the 2023 Salamander Migration. The seasonal migration is always such an exciting time of year, since you get to see so many different species migrating to their vernal pool breeding sites out in the open. And this past migration was no exception to that. From Eastern newt Fs to even an aquatic adult, which I found for the very first time at this location, to a ton of bullfrogs, and of course spotted salamanders, this year was very productive. And so it should probably go without saying that I definitely have plans for the 2024 migration as well. This was a really fun and exciting video to finish. Not only was I able to share how I actually look for salamanders and actually find them, but I definitely did not expect to find 4 unique species in one day. I was able to find a 4-toe salamander, which is highly uncommon, and at the time this was actually my 3rd ever find. And it took quite a bit of legwork to find all of these salamanders, but the 4-toe in particular is a little tough. I was hiking through a really boggy, sort of marshy area, so walking through the place was quite tough, but it was also just filled with a ton of mosquitoes. So it's not an easy salamander to find, but totally worth it when I did find it. And on top of that, in the same exact forest, in fact, only maybe about 20-25 feet away from where I found the 4-toe, I landed this spotted salamander as well. And at this point, it was out of breeding season. And so it made this find that much more exciting, especially for the video as well. Honestly, I couldn't believe that I found a spotted salamander, because even though they're not rare, they're a pretty uncommon find outside of the breeding season window. I continued to search that forest, but couldn't turn up anything else. So I drove down to another location in the same day, and I landed a redback salamander. Now, of course, redbacks are far from rare. They are one of the most common salamanders you can find. But this was really helping things to shape up in showcasing a nice variety of different species. And on top of that, it's not every day that these redback salamanders work with you so easily on camera without running away. And then, last but not least, in the same forest as the redback, there was a stream not too far away where I was able to land a 2-line salamander. And so all in one day, I was able to showcase a wide variety of beautiful coloration across 4 different species. Now, number 2 was incredibly exciting. Finding a marbled salamander for the 2nd time ever. That is definitely something at the top of my list. And to start things off, I was even greeted by a very beautiful box turtle. Unfortunately, these are becoming much less common. And so, although not a salamander, it was a pretty exciting find. But as if that wasn't enough, I hiked back through that marshy, boggy area where I landed the 4-toe, and by dumb luck, I stumbled upon a marbled salamander, a juvenile one at that. I had only ever seen one marbled salamander in my life previously, and that was an adult. So to be able to see the juvenile coloration and pattern was incredibly exciting and unexpected. And so I definitely have plans to keep searching this forest. And then coming in at number 1 is perhaps the biggest highlight of the year for me. And this was a pretty tough call because that marbled salamander was really unexpected as well, because it took years to find another one. But it also took 4 years to find this really, really beautiful northern red salamander. And truth be told, I really wasn't trying to look for a marbled salamander as much as I would love to have found one, which I did obviously. But I had put in a lot of effort to locate a northern red. There were a lot of video attempts in trying to find one, none of which made the cut up until this point. My hand was even shaking from how nervous I was, and from the disbelief of actually managing to get a hold of this salamander after the many attempts that it tried to get away and actually managing to slip out of my hand as well. Most lungless salamanders are pretty skittish and can slip away pretty easily, and this one is definitely no exception. And so after 4 years of work, that puts this salamander at the top of the list. And that is the 2023 wrap-up of this channel. And with that, I'll wrap up the video here as well. I was able to go out on a lot of exciting adventures in 2023 and locate a ton of beautiful salamanders, and some that I haven't seen in a very long time. There were also some really great discussions to be had on the channel as well. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with how this year turned out. And with 2024 literally right around the corner, I've already got plans for some trips and adventures that I'm going to be taking, salamanders I'm going to be finding, some other topics and care guides that I'll be discussing on the channel. So there's a lot of fun things that I have planned and I'm excited for, and can't wait to share it all on the channel. So if you all enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like, share, comment down below. Please subscribe, your support is always very much appreciated. So until 2024, stay curious and journey into the salamander wilds.